Well, welcome to everybody and welcome back to the trustees that were on the earlier call, and welcome back to all members of the public who have been on before, and any new person that has joined in. We're happy to have you. I am going to repeat a little bit of the announcement that I made before, which is to reiterate that the meeting of the trust has been duly advertised as a public meeting in accordance with the Sunshine Act, and is therefore open to members of the public as observers. Participation in this meeting is limited to trustees and those members of the public that registered in advance to participate, of which I understand there were five and one person dropped out. So there are four people who did register in advance to speak, and we will welcome them individually. The meeting's being recorded, and minutes from this meeting will be available on the trust website after they are approved by the Board of Trustees. The purpose of this public listening session, and this is the second one we've had, is to hear from the public, which we really do want to hear. We recognize that the issues under consideration by the trust have significant implications for the community, and the board seeks to provide a platform where individuals can express their concerns and suggestions. However, having said that, I want to remind everybody that the actual decisions as to how the money is being spent are all made by the participating subdivisions and or the Commonwealth. The trust does not make the decisions, nor do they direct people how to spend the money. We merely pass upon, after the decisions have been made by the local subdivisions, by the local counties, we make the decision as to whether it complies with Exhibit E, and this is all part of the Commonwealth Court order. The Sunshine Act does not mandate this public participation in meetings, but we do recognize the value of engaging the public. We do have certain guidelines. Each speaker will be allotted 5 minutes to address the trust. The session will be for the purpose of allowing public comment and will not include dialogue with or answers and responses from the trustees. With that, by the way, I would mention that Crystal is going to have, sorry. I'm gonna do it. Okay, Maria's gonna have some signs, and we'll flash up when to each of the speakers when they have 1 minute remaining, and also when they are at the end of the 5 minutes. So please plan on adhering to the time limits. That being said, we can get started. We place the speakers in order. Gail Grove Scott will be the first speaker to us. Gail.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. It was difficult to decide what to say because, unfortunately, we've had a fair amount of back and forth, myself and other advocates, and we don't believe that this listening session is really welcoming, or that certainly the trust administration really cares what we have to say. I did introduce myself with a full bio last year, and I've posted my remarks last year, which would pretty much repeat what I would say this year, on my website, healthpolicynetwork.com. I'm an independent researcher. I'm a former pharmaceutical whistleblower that helped opioid settlement funds come to Pennsylvania. I testified to a grand jury for Purdue Pharma. I was involved in another case that brought considerable amount of tax dollars to Pennsylvania. So as I said last year, this is personal to me. But we did our best to offer to make this a productive session when nobody could find how to sign up. And unfortunately, we were, the trust just wasn't interested. It's clear to us that they've done their best to minimize participation in this, that it's really not meant to be something it's very difficult for even for the public to attend. But it won't work. We will insist on real public engagement, which is why I'm standing with the group of parent advocates, the next three speakers, who have decided decided to decline to participate in this public listening session. We would have been happy to read our statement to you earlier, so you wouldn't have had to come back after lunch, but without any kind of communication, to us, we weren't able to do that because we didn't know you were going to finish early, and we don't have Bree's good communication, cell phone, anything like that. We do expect real transparency from this group, and we demand it. As I said last year, and please look at the blog on healthpolicynetwork.com on my website, and please send me your feedback. What we totally find the argument false that this board doesn't need to have public engagement, because absolutely you are making important decisions that are influencing the what the counties spend money on. And your own peers, Senator Greg Rothman said that last year. I don't need to repeat it. I'd like to read a statement on behalf of the remaining 3 speakers that they gave me. I'll try to finish up, and I will finish up in the 5 minutes, because it's been clear to me we'll be cut off mid-sentence. Not a discourtesy that's given to members of the trust if they need to finish up a statement. Here's the statement on behalf of the 3 remaining speakers, all of which are Pennsylvania bereaved mothers. After careful consideration, we have decided not to deliver our prepared remarks at this time. We made the decision in solidarity with the many bereaved families, people with lived and living experience, researchers, healthcare professionals, and community advocates who were not given the opportunity to participate in today's listening session. For bereaved families, sharing our stories is not simply public comment, it's emotional labor. Every time we prepare our testimony, we revisit the most painful moments of our lives in the hope that our experiences might help prevent another family from enduring the same loss. Last year, we showed up, we shared our recommendations in good faith. Instead of meaningful dialogue, many of us left feeling dismissed, discredited, and unheard. The recommendations we submitted received no substantive response. This year's listening session received little public outreach, really none. And there's been no meaningful effort to address the concerns directly impacting communities that have been raised about this process. We believe meaningful public engagement cannot be reduced to a few minutes of testimony once a year, after the most important conversations have already taken place. Real improvement requires the courage to confront the failures that brought us here. It requires the willingness to sit with the discomfort that those conversations inevitably bring. Those of us who have lived through those failures carry the knowledge that cannot be found in reports, budgets, or data alone. We know where the systems broke down because we live the consequences every day. Our lived experience should be recognized as valuable resources for achieving meaningful change, and our willingness to share it should be met with respect, not treated as a burden. If the board truly values our perspectives, please come to our 2 p.m. press conference. You can get the link. We've emailed it to the trustees, but anybody listening online can get the link at tinyurl.com, public August 6, the numeral 6, public August 6, for the public virtual press conference where we will deliver the remarks we intended to deliver today with the perspectives of others and a question and answer with the media and the public. Our hope is not to create conflict. It's to begin this honest, transparent dialogue and meaningful partnership required for the proper stewardship of these settlement funds. Signed, Susan Osterman, Marianne Sinisi, and Pamela Keefe. Thank you. I stand with my fellow colleagues.
Can you repeat the press conference? I think you said there's a link. Can you repeat that?
Absolutely. We have emailed it to the trustees, but you can find it at tinyurl.com/public August 6. tinyurl.com/public August and the numeral 6. And at that press conference, everyone is welcome to please attend. It's at 2 p.m. today, and we will record it as well.
Thank you.
Very much. Any other questions from any trustee? Okay, having said that, I'm sorry that the others made the decision not to make their statement. The only response I'm going to have is as far as whether notice was properly given or whether instructions as to how to sign up. At the last meeting, minutes that we approved this morning, clearly it was said that by Bree Anderson that the upcoming public listening session will be held at these resorts in connection with the CCAP's annual conference. And also that we selected this location and timing because of the regional trustees meeting. Ms. Anderson also stated, consistent with the procedures used for the prior public listening session, each individual wishing to provide comments will be limited to 5 minutes. She further explained that the individuals interested in participating may register through a link that will be posted on the trust website from June 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2026. In fact, that link was posted, and in fact, we extended it because we had so few people on signing up. So I just wanted to point out that from our perspective, we have given the notice and we gave it at a public meeting and also put it on the trust website. So with that, anybody else have any questions? Okay, hearing none, the meeting will be adjourned.